We're going to graph this trig function. This one asks a few more questions about some of the items that we want to know about our graph. So, but again, when I do this, remember secant goes with cosine. So I need to figure out 1/2 of x plus 2. Now the 1/2, what does that stand for again? What's the 1/2 in this case? That's my b, yeah. So that helps me with the period. So the b is 1/2. So that means the period is 2 pi divided by 1/2. So the period is going to be 4 pi. The amplitude is just 1. There's nothing in front of the cosine or the secant. And what does the plus 2 do? Oh, and we had talked, the phase shift is the left or right, so sorry. We had used that word once and there's none. So the vertical shift is going to be up 2. So reminder again though, with our cosine, we're going to graph cosine first, and then we will draw our secant in. But I'm probably going to do the full shift and everything right away as well. Now cosine, it goes 1, 0, -1, 0, 1. But again, I have to shift it up 2. And the period is 4 pi. So do you want to just do pi for every line?
Yeah.
Okay. I would love for, at that point, someone to be like, no. It's like, oops, all of these things.
No.
You're not. All right. So we normally would start at 1 and go down and then back up. So we're going to go up 2. Remember, because of our shift.
Wait, can you do the original line first and then graph it up?
But if it starts at 1, so shouldn't you go up
to 3?
Oh wait, she's at 3.
It's okay. And so yeah, if it's helpful. So you guys, real quick, Kat asked about if you draw 3 graphs on here, it's fine, long as I know your final like graph what it should be at. So yeah, so like maybe even it should have looked like this to begin with, and then I'm shifting it up 2. That's only 1.
Your mom.
That's too many dots for you?
Luke, that's not very nice.
Luke thinks he's
Okay.
I think Luke's funny. Luke is hilarious.
Looks pretty good.
Okay. So. Okay. So guys, I'll write it in a little lighter color here. So this was my original cosine graph, and then I shifted it up 2, right? So the darker purple is my new cosine graph. So that's the one I want to use for now my secant. So for secant, again, we would have hit 0. So this is my maximum, minimum. And if you ever want to do like half, that's fine. You don't have to. I'm not going to judge. Obviously, this keeps going on forever, so at some point you have to stop anyhow. Still graphing. All right.
I thought it. I didn't find.
That was not
No one asked you, Luke.
I did.
We're just giving our
Yeah.
opinions.
Dylan asked.
So on the back side, you guys, I put the graph on here this way because this is similar to what we have in homework, where they actually give us the scale that they want us to use. So I thought I'd show you guys just how that looks depending, but they try to, like, I feel like the worksheet that I got it from, it's smart, like it's not like they just put random values on. They try to put values that would be helpful or make sense for the most part. Yeah, so it's not like, yeah, this will hopefully be helpful, but every once in a while it might get a little bit strange, especially if you're not super, like 3 pi over 4 isn't actually drawn on here, but it does show up on here. Just gotta make sure you understand where that would show up. So, again, when we're doing these, so 4 times the cosecant, so that means we're gonna do sine. So the amplitude, 4. The b value is 1, so the period's going to be 2 pi. Again, phase shift is left and right, vertical shift is up and down. So there's no vertical shift, but then this one's going to be right 3 pi over 4. So we have to determine what 3 pi over 4 looks like on this graph. How many spaces is that going to be?
Great question.
It's like 2. Wait, what?
Well, that's what I'm asking you guys. So we're looking here. 4 spaces is pi, right? So full pi is 4 spaces. They show a half. So what's in between a half? What's the unmarked? A fourth. So that's a fourth. So this is a half. What's going to be next? 3/4. So 3 pi over 4. So it's 3 spaces. So every line, so like, it won't necessarily say that, but we should hopefully know enough about fractions to know what comes between a half and a whole. Like, I mean, I hope. So just have to do a little bit of thinking. I know, crazy. So we have to take our sine graph and shift it. Oh, yikes, that's really bad.
Oh no.
All right. So our sine graph starts normally at 0, 1, 0, negative 1, 0. Whoops, there should be a 0 there. And we're going to multiply by 4. Do you want me to draw both of them? Yeah.
No, you don't have to.
Okay. So if we start at 0 normally. Start at 0, I have to shift over 3 pi over 4, that's over 3 spaces. So I'm here. Then I'm normally, this might be a tough one to do without. So I'm going to draw it normally first.
Alright, I see you.
So here, the middle is 0. I'm going to go up to 4, guys, down to negative 4. So I kind of put little X's on instead. And what I'm going to do is shift all those X's over 3 pi over 4. So I'm going over 3 spaces, over 3 spaces,
Okay.
3, 3, 3.
That makes some sense.
Thanks, John. You're welcome.
And then we have to graph our line.
So funny. Yo. Hey, yo. What?
All right.
Your mom.
Hey,
I can't fix it.
Yes, I think the thing
Oh,
is.
I drew on the wrong one.
All right. So I'll get you guys your graphs for today. There are a couple on here, just sine and cosine, just to remind you guys how to do those. Just a quick reminder, if you're behind on missing work from being absent or tests or anything like that, please make sure you guys are stopping in soon to take care of that.